Who are the top 5 movie Jokers of all time according to this Geek Dad? Find out right after this. Hello everyone and welcome to Geek Dad Life. It's your host Jay Gladfelter here, and given the new movie Joker that dropped this weekend and the movie review that we did yesterday, I thought it'd be fun to do a top 5 list for the top 5 movie Jokers of all time. What qualified an actor to be considered on this list? Well, you had to be someone who played the Joker in a movie that was released in theaters. There's been quite a few Joker actors over the years, and this is the top 5 according to my opinion. Does not mean that it is the critic's choice or whatever. This is my choice. If you think differently, please add some comments into the comment section. Tell me what your top 5 list is, and tell me how wrong I am if you think I'm that wrong. But without any further ado, let's jump into it. Number 5, Cesar Romero from the Batman TV show film from 1966. I think this was, for a lot of people, including myself, the first Joker that we saw on screen. More associated with the TV show, but he was in the film as well. And definitely more of the comical version of the character, not as dark or evil as some of the more modern versions that we've seen on film, but definitely an iconic Joker, even though he had to kind of didn't want to give up that mustache and had to mat it down. So because of that, he's at number 5, but still, he made top 5. Congrats, Cesar Romero. Alright, number 4 is Jack Nicholson's Joker from the 1989 Batman film directed by Tim Burton and starring Michael Keaton as Batman and Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I remember Batmania. I was 4 years old, going on 5 that year, and I'll be 5 in 90. But anyways, I remember it vividly. I remember all the merchandise, and Nicholson, this hugely respected actor playing the Joker, was a big deal at the time and was kind of considered the pinnacle of Joker performances. Alright, number 3, the newbie on the list, Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal as Arthur Fleck, who turns into the Joker in the film Joker. An amazing performance, the most real-world performance of the Joker out of all of them, I feel. The one that seems most like somebody that you could see being in the real world, which is what makes it so scary and I think so dark, and has made people have a lot of opinions one way or the other about his performance. So I think that's what makes it a great performance, and I think anybody, no matter where you land on that movie, thought that Joaquin Phoenix did a fantastic job. So a well-earned number 3. Number 2, a lot of people consider this actor's version of the Joker to be the definitive version of the Joker, and that is Mark Hamill, who, as a voice actor, has portrayed the Joker since '91, since the Batman the Animated Series, and has been a voiceover for the Joker since then in video games, a multitude of Joker cartoon series as well as movies, and has been on the big screen in The Mask of the Phantasm as the voice of the Joker. But I think the most comic book faithful rendition of the character. I mean, Hamill just is incredible, and I think nobody can argue against him being one of the best Jokers, and he's number 2 on my list. If anything, maybe put him back for number 1, is that it's not a live action performance in a film, but I don't think that takes away from it. It's still an incredible performance, and definitely a well-deserved number 2 on our list. Alright, lastly, number 1. The number 1 Joker, I think we can all know who I'm going to pick here, is Heath Ledger from The Dark Knight. When they first announced Heath Ledger, it was one of those, I don't know, we'll see what happens. And I remember when the trailer dropped, or the first images that we saw, and just the scars on his face and everything, was just like, oh man, this is something different. And then the tragic passing away of Heath Ledger kind of added to the expectations for this film, and the expectations were so high, and it could have easily, I think, people. This was over 10 years ago, so it's easy to think now that it's one of the greatest comic book movie performances of all time, if not one of the best performances of any movie of all time. Won a posthumous Oscar for it. But at the time, I was like, okay, is this gonna be? This is like his last full movie. Is gonna be that good? And I remember seeing it in the theaters, just being blown away. Every scene, just owning every single scene. And even after watching the new Joker movie, my wife and I sat down to watch The Dark Knight, and it still just holds up so well. Heath Ledger, number one. It's going to be really hard for him to ever not be number one as number one Jokers of all time in film, and I think just across the board in any performance that's been captured. So there you go. There's my top 5 Jokers of all time. What would be your top 5? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit like and subscribe if you want to get more Geek Dad Life videos, because, hey, we're putting them out there. Hit that bell button to get notified when new episodes drop. And, yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego, and goodbye.